Good morning, and thank you for joining us for SBB Live. I am your host and the publisher of Seniors Blue Book, Amanda Barton. Delighted today to bring on one of our valued partners from VITAS Healthcare, Miss Deanna Fitzgerald. How are you this morning?
I'm great. How are you, Amanda? Thank you for having me on today.
Absolutely. Well, I want to learn a little bit about you and what brought you into this fantastic industry. You guys do so much great in the community. And then, in honor of Veterans Day that we just celebrated this week, I want you to talk to us about some of your veteran programs. But let's start with just a little bit about yourself.
Okay. Hi, I am Deanna Fitzgerald. I am the director of market development for VITAS Healthcare. I've been in the hospice industry for longer than I'd like to admit. I just have such a passion for hospice and the importance of the Medicare benefit that so many of our residents in Collier County have the opportunity to take advantage of during their advanced illnesses. So about me, I've been here in Naples for, my goodness, 23 years. I can't believe that. And have been in the medical industry for most of that time, either doing fundraising or marketing. So absolutely love being a part of VITAS.
Great. So, in your different roles here in Collier County, you've done a lot with the community. And one of those things that I really want to hone in, like I said today, in honor of this week being Veterans, the week of Veterans Day, talk to me a little bit about the programs that you've worked with here in Collier County and what VITAS specifically offers.
Thank you. So it is so very important for us to honoring the veterans who are here in our community. They have given up so much to allow us to have the freedoms that we have right now. I love when I'm in the community, just in the random community, and I see one of our veterans who is proudly displaying either one of their shirts or the hat. And to simply say thank you for your service and just to see them light up because they are so appreciative of somebody mentioning that. So what we do here at VITAS is really make sure that we are honoring our veterans every day. And as we have folks, both men and women, veterans who are coming into our program, it is part of our social worker or chaplain's responsibility to really kind of honor them again for their service and make sure that they're receiving a pinning and a salute and making sure that we're recognizing their efforts.
Perfect. Now you guys do some things around the community this week, the different pinning ceremonies and stuff like that. Do you want to talk about some of the programs that you partner with some of our other valued partners in the community, different senior living communities and things of that nature?
Absolutely. So my goodness, COVID has changed so much for the way that we do things. And so this year, our Veterans Day does look a little bit different. I think that it's been really exciting to see how we can pivot and make sure that we are still honoring those veterans where they are. And so as a national organization, we've been able to really get together a couple of really powerful Zoom meetings, which we can share with our assisted living communities and either have them participate live in those or have them share them when it's convenient for them, which is a really great option because we know that everybody isn't on the same schedule. One of the things we did this year as well was made sure to really remember those folks and are doing mail calls for our assisted living communities. Very similar to when these folks were in the service and they would do their weekly mail calls. We are doing letters and cards for them from members of our staff and recognizing them.
That's really special. That's really special. Like, well, let's talk about as if it wasn't COVID, just to give people an idea of what they can hopefully be looking forward to next year. Because you have a pretty consistent program that VITAS does to help our veterans uh, feel very special on these occasions. And I think you even have dedicated staff that are out there, representing the veterans program.
Absolutely. So one of the things that we do is not only on Veterans Day, but throughout the year. One of the things, if you go into the majority of the assisted living communities or skilled nursing facilities, you will see that we've partnered with pretty much every facility in the community to provide a veterans wall. We work with the assisted living to see what's going to work with their decor, make it a very beautiful and a beautiful wall that's going to honor their residents who did serve in the armed forces. And then really have their pictures, depending on if it's what the community wants. Is it a picture that we've all seen from the 1940s when they're in their uniforms and we can go, oh my goodness, I can't believe that Mr. Smith looked like that. But on Veterans Day and other holidays, Memorial Day, we actually go to the assisted living communities or the long-term care facilities and do those ceremonies where we are having the ROTCs come in and do the marching of the color guards and the presentations of the flags and things that are super sentimental to those folks who are our veterans, things that really mean something to them. And I can tell you, Amanda, it is so touching to me when I've been able to participate in those, and I go in and I'm blessed enough to have the opportunity to pin one of our men and women who served in the armed forces, and for them to pull up their hand to salute or to stand, to take the opportunity to stand to receive their certificate. It's just the most beautiful thing. And I think
Yeah, very hard.
and we see that at the same time when we're doing pinnings at bedside.
Yeah.
Those folks who know that most important thing to them was God and their country and their service. And it's not something that is something that is so very important to them that they can use every ounce of their strength to lift up their arm.
Absolutely. And that kind of leads me into the next question. When you have someone that is at end of life and was a veteran, what special programs do you guys have for that?
So our chaplain and our social worker will go in to their home with the individual's significant family members that are around, and we'll do a pinning and thank them for their service. We will provide a hat with their service, as well as a military blanket that our volunteers have created. One of the other things that we have as a program is our volunteers sew what we call memory bears. And one of these things that a lot of the veterans do have is our memory bear that is very patriotic looking. And so maybe having the branches service on there. So a way for them to really have something tangible to remember their loved one.
That's really special. It's such an honor to have you on the show to talk about these programs and everything that you offer. So I just want to thank you so much for your time this morning. And obviously, happy Veterans Day a few days late now, but we appreciate you being on the show, Deanna.
Thank you for giving me the opportunity, and we do appreciate you and all the veterans out there.